Hey everyone, my name is Marissa, and if you've never watched my videos, I did the Disney College program for spring of 2019, and I was an attractions cast member. Here's some proof. Now that I've shown you that I really was a Disney cast member in the Disney College program, let's talk about how you can do it. So if you have literally no idea what the Disney College program is, and everyone tells you all different things, please go watch my other video that is going to be right up here. And I will tell you everything about what it's like, what the classes are like, credits, how you can work it into your schedule at school, what you'll be doing there. Are you going to be a princess? That's what all my family thought it was, but that's not really what it is. So go check out that video. And then once you've checked out that one and you feel like you really want to do it, then check out a video all about money. And that will tell you about the program fees, what kind of budgeting you're going to need when you're there. And then if you are really ready for it, then come back here. Okay, so now I hope I'm addressing everyone who is financially ready, mentally ready, you feel like this is meant for you and you just want to apply. Okay, I will tell you how to do that. This application process is 3 steps. You have to complete this first one to get to the next one, so it's pretty important. And this one is just the simple written application, which is done on a computer or a laptop, and it's called written because you're basically just writing your resume into their format. You also have an option to attach your resume to this, but if you don't have anything different on it, I don't even think you need to do that. All you have to do is transfer what's on your resume into their application. But wait, when the heck are applications? What are the different program times? So this picture right here shows you the schedule of when the programs are and when the applications drop for that program. So the applications for the fall programs are open from January until March of the year that it starts in. So January 2020 will open up the fall 2020 applications. And then if you want to do the spring programs, those will open from August to October of the year before. So this August of 2020, the applications will open for spring of 2021. Ugh, that sounds weird to say. Or you could be watching this in a completely different year ahead of me. Hi to the future people. I'm sure it's going to be exactly the same, but if not, the website will have any changes. So now that you've figured out which program is right for you, maybe you're gonna keep in mind that some of the holidays are during the fall program and you might not want to miss that with your family, or you might really want to be in Disney for those holidays. The spring program is a little bit slower. I've heard that most people have less hours when they work in the spring program. I had less hours, so I don't know. I guess it depends on the year. So now you know which program you want to apply to, and you are ready for that date to come where the applications drop. I also recommend following these recruiters on Twitter, and also if you go on the DCP website, which I will link down below, you can sign up for updates, and they will email you when it's about to drop and give you all of the updates throughout the entire year. So, little backstory about my application. I did not know for sure that I wanted to do this program, and I just graduated college. I didn't apply at all when I was in college, and I was like, I don't know, I really should be getting a real job in the real world. This is a real job. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And so I was on a road trip from Canada back to Massachusetts. I was in the car and I got an email that the applications dropped that day. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fill it out on my phone. If it's meant to be, it really is, because I'm barely putting in my full effort here. I didn't do any research. So 20 to 30 minutes after I submitted the written application, I got the email for the web interview and I was mind blown. It almost seemed too easy, my whole process. So that's why I feel like I was totally meant to do this, meant to share it with you guys. Anyway, here is how you guys can do the written application so that you are secured a web interview. I promise you, if you do all these things and you're not lying about it, you will be set and you're a perfect candidate. So the application is split up into a few different categories. The most important one, and I think it's going to be the first one that you'll see, is the roles and which program you want to do. You can first choose if you want to be considered for Walt Disney World in Florida, Disneyland in California, or both. They're very different programs. Disney World in Florida is much bigger. And once you choose that, they are going to give you a list of every role that you can show interest in, that they will consider you for. If you don't know anything about the roles of the Disney College program, do your research. Do not apply to this program until you know what each role entails and what role will fit you best. I actually have a video that I made which sorts the roles based on your most dominant personality trait. And it is separated by if you are patient, if you are responsible, if you are good with kids, and I will have that video up here for you guys. Please go watch that. I think it's really helpful and it breaks everything down. And then you're gonna have a great idea of what role you want to be considered for. So here you are. You are gonna see this pop up, and this shows you the 4 roles that they need people to fill the most. If you want the highest chance of being accepted for a web interview, put high interest in all of these. But if you cannot see yourself doing custodial work like cleaning up throw up from the rides, or if you cannot see yourself behind a grill and frying french fries all night long, don't put high interest for these. If you think, okay, worst comes to worst, I know I can do this job and I will be happy at the end of the day, put low interest, moderate interest, or even high interest. It's up to you guys. I know that for this part, I put low interest for quick service and for lifeguard, and I'm really happy I didn't get it, and I probably should have put no interest, but at the end of the day, I would have been really sad if I didn't get accepted because of that. So, once you are past that part, it's gonna give you all of the additional roles. Check off as many roles that you think you would fit well in. On a good day, on a bad day, will you be able to do this role and be a good Disney cast member? Hopefully. So, I checked off Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, Attractions, Character Performer, and I think PhotoPass. I can't remember. I literally did it on a whim. I don't remember. And then in the next section, you are going to be able to rank the ones that you checked off from low to high interest. So even if you think, oh, I don't really want to check this off, you can still check it off and put it as low. If you don't check off one of these roles, they are not going to consider you for it magically and just be like, oh, maybe they really did want to do PhotoPass and they just didn't say it. You know? Put what you would want any chance of getting. That is the most stressful part in my opinion, because choosing what you want your future at Disney World to look like is so difficult and exciting, and you just want to do everything. But really think about what you will fit best in. Now the application is going to be split into 3 more sections. The first one is going to be education, and this is where you're going to put the university that you're currently attending. So unfortunately you can't do the college program unless you have already completed the first semester of college. So say you are about to start school in August and you want to do the spring program. You can still apply because by the time that you are doing the program, you will have completed your full first semester of college, if you get what I mean. So just keep that in mind. You can't apply all the way before you're in college. It wouldn't work out, and they have a higher chance of accepting people who are further on in their college career just because you're usually more experienced and more ready to be in that kind of workplace. You will also choose what you're majoring in, and maybe if you have a second major or a minor, you could put that as well. It does not have to be hospitality, guys. I was a marine biology major, my friend was a history major, communications major, physical therapy, literally any major you can think of, there was someone who was accepted into the Disney College program. So do not think you have to lie about what your major is. Don't choose a major just so you could get into the Disney College program. I promise you, they are looking for a diverse workforce and they want everyone to be a part of this. Trust me, they're not discriminating. So whatever your real major is, put it. Next section is going to be your volunteer work that you've done, so any extracurricular activities. And I'm sure that most of you have had to do this to complete high school, and maybe for an honor society or something, put any of that on there. So I know for me, I volunteered at my community theater. I also volunteered at the aquarium near my home, and I had a lot of great experience working with guests and putting on a show. So those things were really important for me. Before I talk about what exactly to put in these sections, I'm going to talk about the third section, which is obviously previous job experience. Put every job that you've had, even if you think it might not apply for this. They just want to know that you have work experience under your belt and that you are reliable and a good person to have on their team. So for both the volunteering section and the job experience section, you have to put the company title and your title as an employee. So, for example, at the New York Aquarium, that's the company name, I was an adventure guide, which was basically someone who stood and told people about the exhibits. But you can't just say that. They want to know a detailed description of what you did there, what you contributed to this company, and how you were an asset to them. This is where the Disney keywords come into play. I've heard rumors that the recruiters don't actually read every application. They have them scanned through a software that picks up keywords that says, okay, this one doesn't have any keywords, don't even look at it, or this one does have keywords. Awesome, send them a web-based interview. And I know that sounds like they don't really care, but who knows if that's even true. You guys need to put the following words fluidly and naturally in your descriptions. You need to somehow talk about guests. Don't ever use the word customer, use the word guest. So you can say that you helped guests find what they need if you worked in a store, like you helped them find the right size or something. When you are providing a service for somebody, they are your guest. So use that word as much as you can and use it very nicely. The next 4 words, I'm sure you guys have heard it time and time again, or maybe you haven't. This is so important. Safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency. They will drill this into your head when you are in traditions and every day at work. You get awards from your coworkers and your managers if you show this while you're at work. Please use the words safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency. Show is probably the only word that's really hard to naturally put in a sentence unless you've worked in a Disney store or something like that, because anywhere else, show is hard. I used it because I worked in the theater, so I naturally had to use the word show or production, and that was really good. But show basically means just having good appearances and manners. The number one thing that they want to know you've done in a previous job or volunteer is safety. Any way you can tell them that you provided a safe environment for your guests, golden ticket, guys. So for example, one of my jobs at the aquarium was the touch tank. I would help guests touch the horseshoe crabs and make sure they did it safely so that they didn't get hurt. I would educate them about all of their features and safely show them the right way to touch the animal so that they didn't hurt them or themselves. Just showing that you care as a person about other people's safety when they are in your workplace matters so much, especially in Disney World. It is their highest priority. Then of course you want to say that you courteously helped a guest. So if you worked maybe as a hostess in a restaurant, you can say you managed reservations and courteously helped a guest who wanted more seats at their table or who was late for their reservation, something like that. You used courtesy and efficiency to get a job done wherever you work. You can use those anywhere. Don't just use the word courtesy or efficiency. You can use it as an adverb like efficiently did this or courteously did this. You guys, make it true to yourself. Do not lie about what you've done. Be honest, because it will come back to bite you if you feel like you really aren't that prepared for this job. I hope this makes sense to you guys. If you need more examples, I would be happy to answer your comments down below. Hopefully with any job that you've ever done, you'll find a way to fit in those keywords because it really is what they're looking for. And that will give you an extremely high chance of getting that web interview email that looks something like this for like 20 minutes to an hour later. The turnaround can be really quick for this one. It could take maybe a week, and for some people, it took months to get out of the in-submission. So once you submit your application, it is no longer in your hands. Then you will see a status bar that will say the progress of your application. So the status of your application can be described in many words. It can be pending, which is so annoying because who knows what that even means. It can mean under review, which means they're looking at it. Interview, which means you've actually moved on and you probably already got an email about this. Offer, which is amazing. And acceptance, which is what you really want. But the dreaded thing that you never want to see in your application is no longer in consideration, NLIC. That means that you're no longer going to be accepted for that program and to try again next time. But if that happens, don't be discouraged. There's always next time. I know people who had to try about 5 or 6 times before they got accepted, which is so not fair because everyone deserves to have this opportunity. And I know that the people who apply are hopefully really qualified and enthusiastic, and you all deserve to have this chance because it was amazing. Stick around this week. I will be doing a full series of these videos. This is step 1 of the application process. Next video, we will cover the web-based interview. This is very exciting, guys. Once you get past this first step, you are closer and closer to that phone interview, and then closer and closer to experiencing the Disney College program for yourself. pretty cool. Okay, see you next time.